We're ready to begin. Let's do this. Entourage and Hidden Potential. A new NACL season begins with an offside, the most exciting play in hockey.
Yeah, definitely. And it might be a bit of a technical issue. I don't know if we've cut over to the game yet, but I want to check on that. It's all right. We're learning a new system here.
No, we're not learning a new system. Well, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Professionals of the highest degree. Everything is fine, including Entourage's defense as they stop that puck from cutting in front. We'll see who can get the early advantage here as we kick things off. If there is one lesson to be learned, it's that puck pickups don't always transition. As Entourage back in possession here. Both teams, of course, willing to trap, but it's one of our key points we had in the pregame, Sin. Entourage not afraid to dump it in, not afraid to change up the looks in trying to gain the offensive zone. All the Hidden Potential now back in the zone, working at D-to-D passes here. Now back down low into the corner. Quick chance here in front. Does not quite go for Arctic Blur. It's poked back out of the zone. We'll see again here on the attack, but again, the neutral zone game, Sin, ever present thus far.
Definitely, and both teams kind of, taking some time to feel each other out. Bit of a miscue right there. Hidden Potential has a chance coming the other way.
Opportunity now, puck down low, defended well by Deji, and a tripping call here coming up. We talked about the potential discipline issues for Entourage, but thus far, Hidden Potential. The first penalty, Augie to the box, and a power play chance here for what we expect to be one of the top power play units in the league this season. We'll see whether or not Entourage can get things going here. Not able, though, to find the timing, and a bit of a miscommunication there between Deji and J. Klaus. And Hidden Potential will be able to dump this one down and in. The power play almost half over. No zone time yet for Entourage, then.
Yeah, and they're just really seeming to struggle here. You got to give credit to Hidden Potential for locking up the neutral zone, but I think Entourage just trying a little too much here. I'd like to see them use their speed on the wings. Maybe just a dump and chase right here. Hidden Potential is holding the blue line, but that will leave, the back of their zone a little bit vulnerable.
Opportunity now, though, with the puck in the offensive zone. Down to J. Klaus, now around the back. Good cycle into the open space. Loose puck is maintained. Looking now, the patience in front, and a big save there early on. Opportunity, though, still. Blocked down as we are just about back to even strength. CT takes in an opportunity for Shocks. Doesn't come to fruition. Again, back to even strength now. One big save for Big Tony on that power play. Only tested once, but he was able to rise to the occasion. Opportunity now here. Sent down low. Recovered again by Hidden Potential. Now looking to lead that quick breakout. Opportunity now yet again for Shocks. And we spoke to the penalty trouble that Entourage can have. It's going to be Hendry going to the box, and an opportunity now of their own. Hidden Potential to the power play. Thought we were going to see a fight there for a second, Sid. Now that would be unorthodox as the slap clear, trying to find Fisher on the breakout. Almost goes. Ultimately, play didn't come together. Opportunity now, you see the cycle, looking for space. The patience from Hidden Potential in front. Opportunity on the goal line. Shekel is able to come up with the cover. Dangerous.
Definitely dangerous.
There.
Bit of an interesting animation. Almost looks like he grabs it in the goal, but Hidden Potential so far, their power play is looking very good.
Opportunity now again for Shocks, not able to hold on to it. Augie now tries to send it in front. Cleared away by Deji again. Perhaps the player to pay attention to, a late replacement for NYR 95. Now an opportunity here, final 10 seconds of this Hidden Potential power play. And we're going to see an equalizer here. That is going to be Shocks going to the box. I believe it was on a hook, might have been on a slash, but regardless, it will be an Entourage power play momentarily. It's a double minor as well, so a gigantic chance here for Entourage to take advantage. Opportunity on the near post, and they find it immediately. Deji with the feed to J. Klaus on the goal line. And Entourage take advantage early on. And now they still have a fresh 2 minutes on the power play, Sin.
That was an absolutely sick look right there from Deji. Finding that sauce to the low, to the right next to the net, actually. And J. Klaus able to bury it. Not enough time really there for Big Tony to get over, and still power play time for Entourage. Let's see if they can get another quick one.
Opportunity here. Fisher able to maintain puck control. Sends it down low. J. Klaus recovers. But passes it straight into the hands of Gren, who makes the smart play and clears. 45 seconds to go here on the Entourage power play. Up 1-0, capitalizing on the first of the double minors very early on. 4:20 remaining here in the first period. No comment. Sin, what do you think here? Entourage?
None needed. None needed.
The no comment was a comment in and of itself. As we approach the final 10 seconds of this power play. And the opportunity here for at least one more rush. J. Klaus into the zone. Good possession. Fended off well. Still a battle for it in the high slot. The HP zone. But now they recover. Looking to get on the counterattack. 3 minutes here left in the first period. Could easily find a goal, but an opportunity now here for Fisher. Defends! Finds the pass over to Hendry. And Sin, just as I say, Hidden Potential has the opportunity to maybe find a late goal and get the equalizer. Great bit of puck protection there. And the feed over to Hendry. He makes no mistake. Excellent play from Fisher overall.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Wait.
Opportunity again! As soon as you think you have a moment to breathe, Entourage says, no, you will choke on your own spit. What a goal. Unbelievable. Hendry and Fisher link up again. This time, it's Fisher finding the back of the goal, and Sin out of nowhere. Entourage break this game wide open. It's a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, just an offensive explosion. We're really seeing just how quick those wings get up into the play to create offense.
Opportunity, J. Klaus back down low, now to the point. One-timer, big save. Secondary opportunity is blocked. 5 seconds left here. Can Hidden Potential find a late shot on goal? Chance for Shocks is blocked. And that will do it for the opening 20 minutes. Discipline an issue for both teams, but it really comes back to haunt Hidden Potential. And Sim, we talked about it at the start of this. The speed that Entourage loved to play with on full display there, mainly with Hendry and Fisher on the wings.
Oh yeah, and they put on a clinic of how to play wing in high level sixes matches. Their positioning was fantastic. Their L skating was good, and it's not just with the puck that it was good. They're positioning themselves to open themselves up for the best possible passing lane in the neutral zone on the break-in. And what else could you say? 3-0 lead here, and they deserve it with how they played there at the tail end of that first period.
As we begin the second period of play here, let's see if Hidden Potential can battle their way back. Opportunity now here early on. Chance across the crease doesn't quite go. Still an opportunity here, though. Entourage in possession and not for much longer. But Fisher proving how consistently dangerous he can be. Opportunity again there. Hidden Potential not able to find that offensive foothold. See, though, if they're able to battle back. Again, this series, Augie mentioned it with the pregame interview, how much it means for Hidden Potential to try and get something to happen here. Fisher, though, on a breakaway. Loose puck. And recovered by Gren. But still, Entourage right now dangerous with every possession, Sin.
Oh, yeah, dangerous. Bit of an understatement right here, but wait.
Here, though, for Shocks off the pipe. Another chance on the doorstep. Still doesn't go. CT with the opportunity. Another chance here and a big glove save from Big Tony. He does everything big. And that glove save was phenomenal. What an opportunity for Shocks. He hits the pipe. CT can't bury it on the doorstep. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking turn of events there for Hidden Potential. And this could be worse. The slap shot chance might have been a slap pass. doesn't go through. Again, Gren able to cut that one out. Hidden Potential, though. Some opportunities. Chance here. Shot blocked down in front by Regs. HP, though, still in possession. Puck thrown in front by CT, doesn't go. And here comes that quick counterattack from Entourage. Opportunity. Big kick save from Tony. Still in possession, though. Loose puck. A scramble in front. Recovered by Fisher. Hendry back to the point. Now it's Deji looking for an opportunity. The shot blocked in front. Looked like Tony would have been left out on an island there. Over the blue line, though. Hidden Potential. One shot away from getting back into this. Big save there from Shekel. Opportunity now again on the low cycle. Shock sends it back to Augie. Again, back down low. Intercepted well by J. Klaus. Not able to get that breakout pass going. Sends it safely behind his own goal. Big stretch pass attempts in. Very tough to give you an opportunity to get a word in edgewise with how quickly Entourage can develop the play.
Yeah, they're just flying back and forth. Not even too much neutral zone trap play. They're able to start gaining the zone right here. And what we see a lot more here in NA that we didn't see too much of in Europe is those long stretch passes, those slap shots towards, towards the other zone to give their wingers a boost.
Big chance here on the steal. A little bit of speed with an opportunity. Cut out, though, by Entourage's defense. Quick stretch pass. Now a safe pass back. Regs finds Hendry. Still in possession. Loses it on an excellent back check, though, from CT. Hidden Potential desperate to find the goal here to get their way back into this game. Now cycled back to the point. Not sure what's going on. And ultimately, there is a 5-minute major call. Regs to the box. I wasn't sure if there was a stick issue with Shocks not being able to get one off the bench. But Hidden Potential, a man down, but they luck out as Regs to the box for the next 5 minutes. And Sin, if there was ever an opportunity for Hidden Potential to get back into this first game, it's right here and right now. You need at least one, preferably two. Although the puck
or
is
four
again. Or four. Or four, says the
It is a
Sharks
5-minute major. Yeah, what can you say? It's still glorious in my mind. But here is Hidden Potential entering the zone once again.
Favorite moment of 2019, getting to watch No Sleeve celebrate that Sharks comeback in a hotel room. It was hilarious. He brushes his teeth on every Sharks power play. Opportunity here, though, for J. Klaus, short-handed on the half wall, sends it down low. As we approach 3 minutes left, not only in the period, but in this power play. And right now, Hidden Potential struggling. Great job on the pressure in the neutral zone from Hendry. He has the puck again, nearly sent down. Graham was able to get a piece of that one. Augie not able to escape. Excellent job on the penalty kill from Hendry and J. Klaus up top, Sin.
Definitely. They're not giving them enough time to be able to move that puck. Augie needed to pass that quickly, but there's someone right in his face.
Opportunity here on the pass in front. Hendry's there again. Puck doesn't clear the zone. Augie now again finds Shocks. Back to the point. Gren looking for space. Tries to test the near side. Might have been an incomplete pass. Opportunity on the near post. Shekel was caught out, but he is able to get back. Excellent job there to protect that near post. Hidden Potential running out of time. 1:21 left on the major penalty. And in fairness, my mistake, of course, it wasn't to Regs, it was to Fisher. Easier remembered than not. You'd think I would have noticed in time, but hey, at least I noticed in general. Opportunity here now, though. Again, broken up. Hendry with the puck chop. Absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, often you don't expect your wingers to be some of the best defensive players, but they really are right now.
As the penalty to Fisher expires. Regs was excellent on that penalty kill. And don't worry, this one's not on Regs either. This is going to be on Hendry. So an excellent job in penalty killing. And then he takes his teammate's place in the box. Hidden Potential, it's all or nothing here. You're not going to have much time left in the period. Loose puck saved by Shekel with the kick save. As Fisher will hold it in the corner. Time expires. Entourage still up 3-0 here in this game. How disappointing, how heartbreaking, Sin, for Hidden Potential to have not been able to find the back of the net in that period.
Yeah, they've got their chances, and they look pretty good on the power play. But they're able to pass it around very quickly and kind of get their setup to where they want it. But Entourage's collapse is very good, and when they get that puck out of the zone, the wingers, as we mentioned, Henry and Jay Klaus as well, doing a terrific job of pressuring in the neutral zone, not giving them clean break-ins. And you can't forget about Deji and Regs back there. Once that puck's in the zone, when that gets down low, they're both super on top of it. Skill sticks going to work and really limiting Hidden Potential's chances. I mean, it's hard for them to really get good, high-quality scoring chances when they can't get that puck towards the middle.
Opportunity here, though. One goal can easily change the tide. Puck thrown in front. The opportunity there for CT. Couldn't get a piece of it. Puck unable to be cleared. CT again, the cut in. And Shekel is able to find it through the traffic. 1:14 remaining on this man advantage for Hidden Potential. They desperately need this goal. So you talked about their struggles, but again, one goal can change it. They win the draw here. Shock shot on. Can't find the back of the net, though. Opportunity again. Augie finds Shocks down low. Quick give and go passes. Tries to throw it in front. Loose puck corralled by Jay Klaus. Doesn't go for the immediate clear. But Hidden Potential not able to make him pay for it. Big hit there. Risking a charging call. Opportunity now. Gren down the half wall. Back up top to Augie. Opportunity for Shocks and a big save again by Shekel. Hidden Potential able to find the opportunities. Hendry, fresh out of the box, able to nullify the icing. Looks for the pass in front. Ends up finding a teammate anyway. Opportunity now for Deji, looking for space. Hendry tries the tuck, can't get it to go. And a breakout pass will not go. No icing on the call as Jay Klaus corrals it. And will look to lead the breakout himself. Entourage looking to get back that offensive tempo, but an offside call. As we are just under 4 minutes into the third period. Again, the first of two games here, the home and home between Entourage and Hidden Potential. A rematch from last month's Caps Gaming final, which Entourage was able to win. That series definitely on the minds of both sides. Huge hit from Gren there. Hidden Potential back in possession. Augie looking to lead the rush, gains the line. Opportunity, tries to throw it in front for Shocks, can't get it through. Regs was there. Opportunity again. As Sin, they're just not able. The huge stretch pass doesn't go. Hidden Potential just unable to find those passes in front right now. Do we see a change in strategy, or is it a situation where it's just so close to them consistently being able to find it that you just keep going for it and hope that it works?
Well, you mentioned tempo earlier, and, I feel like Entourage is really dictating the tempo, but with 3-on-2 developing.
Opportunity poked away well by Deji, and Shekel will hold it. Continue that thought, my friend.
Yeah, well, every time it seems like Hidden Potential is starting to get something going, Shekel will make a huge save or cover it, and then the puck will be going right back the other way. And Entourage is really doing a good job of dictating the pace of play here in this one. And the faceoff wins are huge as well.
Blur not able to get the better of Jay Klaus there on what would have been a big offensive zone opportunity. Great possession and patience there from Deji. Opportunity now. Doesn't come to fruition as Augie was there. Excellent defense. Step up hit from Regs. We're so used to seeing him do so well in singles competition. It's weird to see him on defense. Same thing with Gren, of course, both on the right-hand side for their respective teams. The opportunity here again for Hidden Potential. Under 9 minutes remaining here in this game, at least regulation. Taking their Herculean effort, though, for Hidden Potential to come back. But Sin, you and I know, under the NHL Gamer banner, crazy things have a tendency to happen.
Oh yeah, crazy things definitely have happened here before in high pressure situations here. So Hidden Potential still not out of it, but they've got to find a gap here.
Opportunity here now. Shocks a bit of space, throws it in front for CT. Shekel with a phenomenal save to keep Hidden Potential off the board. Talk about the effort in front from Entourage, but Shekel has come up huge when he's been called upon. An opportunity here. Fisher hands it off to Regs, joining the rush. Slap shot on, broken up well by Shocks. Opportunity here, though, for Hendry. Looking for space. You see the patience, the smaller build he uses for that extra bit of agility. 4 minutes remaining now in regulation. Still 3-0 Entourage. Of course, the beginning of this NACL season. The opportunity now. Regs, excellent puck chop and a chance now for Fisher. And Hendry, Fisher, back down low. Quick passes.
Oh.
Maybe a bit of miscommunication. But the idea was right. Under 2.5 to go here now. The opportunity. Ever so fleeting. Fleeting by the moment. Disappearing from sight. Slap shot bid doesn't go through. As we approach 1 minute remaining. Hidden Potential at this point just playing for pride. Wanting to break this scoreline. We're not going to say a specific word. We're not even going to think it. Reds.
Yeah, and Entourage is just really showing their flexibility here now. They were forechecking so well earlier. Now they're able to drop back into that trap here and really limit Hidden Potential, getting even past the neutral zone.
Great
Once
job
again,
there.
another turnover.
Jay Klaus, that pressure on the back check. Stretch pass doesn't go. This will go down for icing with 32 seconds remaining here in this game. We would assume, barring the craziest comeback we've ever seen, Entourage continuing their winning ways over Hidden Potential. But again, 32 seconds here as, again, another unfortunate jump from Blur. 32 seconds here to just try and get something to build upon heading into the second game. Opportunity there. Shocks can't get it to go. Deji finds Fisher. He'll dump it in. Hendry's there with a big burst of speed. The wrap attempt. Big Tony is there. Jay Klaus, the one-timer for Deji doesn't go either. Final 10 seconds. One final rush here, but a great poke check from Regs. Hidden Potential. Not what they were looking for to start the season. Their opportunity for revenge, at least the first of two, goes up in smoke. What a performance from Entourage. And Sin, we get to say it, a shutout for Shekel.
A shutout indeed. And
what a way to start the season.
Yeah, I don't think he was called upon that much to make, that many saves, but he did make, the saves when they were there. A couple one-time opportunities, trying for the wraparound. I think Hidden Potential was trying a bit too much in the offensive zone sometimes. I would love to see them just kind of throw the puck on net a bit more, look for some bounces, look for some deflections. I didn't really see them going for deflections really at all in that game. And, to see Shekel almost perfectly in position for that almost the entirety of the game, you'd think, Hidden Potential's got to make some adjustment here. The defensive Entourage is really keeping to the outside, so maybe just throw a few more pucks on net and see what happens.
Really, I was going to say a good start. It was as good of a start as it could have been for Entourage. Again, only 8 saves for Shekel, but some of the quality chances that he had to stop. He earned that shutout, no doubt about
Definitely.
it. And again, if you're Hidden Potential, it's such a devastating loss, ultimately, as we've talked about it. Like, you're trying to get that little bit of revenge. You're trying, to redeem yourselves and get in the win column against a team where, the difference between LAN and online, obviously, the level of communication, just the feeling, the pressure of it. Regardless here, though, for Hidden Potential, it was a high-pressure game as, again, you're trying to get that win that you so desperately want, start your season off on a high note, and ultimately it just doesn't happen. They do have a second game here to try and get that win, but needless to say, there are adjustments that need to be made because Entourage looked every bit as good as advertised.
Definitely. I mean, they were filthy, to say the least. I mean, the wingers, Hendry and Fisher they were so in sync, and I don't know if we've seen that sort of chemistry from a pair of guys yet in all our casting, which seems crazy to say. Some of the high-level games we've called over in Europe and such, and even a bit last year in this league. But Hendry and Fisher were so sick, and Jay Claus, of course, shutting things down, winning important face-offs, helping out the defense, and always covering when Deji would hop up or something like that, and getting himself open as well to assist in the offensive zone. I mean, they were great. Now, that's not to say Hidden Potential was bad by any means, but I think Entourage right now kind of has their number and they're in their heads, and I think Hidden Potential is going to have to throw something at them that they're not quite ready for. And if that means maybe simplifying the game a bit, throwing those pucks on net like I mentioned earlier, you got to do what you got to do. Just throw something else at them, because right now 0-4 is not working.
We'll see whether or not they're able to make the adjustments. Again, the Entourage lineup this evening: Hendry, Jay Klaus, and Fisher. And again, every bit as good as advertised. The speed, the versatility, especially between Hendry and Fisher. And again, for me, Hendry stood out. You know, he and Jay Klaus, the work that they did on that 5-minute kill. And shout out to Regs, who was in fact out there. He was. Don't always listen to the commentators. Sometimes they get it wrong. But ultimately, an extremely strong performance, and in my opinion, an extremely impressive performance. Deji as well on that left-hand side. As you can kind of tell, one of these things is not like the other. He was a late sub to this lineup, but he was fantastic, including, as you mentioned, Sin, the excellent display of vision on Jay Klaus's goal. You know, the sauce pass from near the blue line to the goal line. Spectacular job.
Yeah, and it's often, we've had this happen a couple times where late sub will come in and we're not too sure how he'll do, and then that late sub ends up being a catalyst for, you know, a pretty big moment. And that goal from J Claus, definitely a big moment. And yeah, like I said, it was just sick vision and a sick, perfectly paced pass by Deji. Getting those saucers down, perfectly aimed, perfectly, you know, timed in the speed wise to thread the needle through there is a lot harder than it looks. And it's a pretty pass, but you know, if you don't play too much NHL 20, you don't understand kind of the subtlety that goes into making a pass that was that good. And you know, kudos to him, really stepping up in a big way for his team and jumping up into the play. You know, having the confidence to do that. It's really good to see for a late sub.
Fair enough. And with Jay Klaus, we might call him Claus. It's the gift of giving that really inspires the name. Although
we'll do both
in fairness,
in case it's either one.
In fairness, it's the gift of giving the opposing goaltender headaches with the offensive ability and what he sees in front of him and what he has to stop. Taking a look as well again at the hidden potential lineup. In the sim, we talked about it a lot. There are some decent building blocks here, but in terms of how this goes down, I mean, first and foremost, I hate, as someone who likes to play center every now and then, you hate to throw Blur under the bus. You know, face-off wise, it wasn't that big of a discrepancy. It was 13-9 in favor of Entourage, but some of the offensive zone draws that Blur wasn't able to come up with, you know, when you're trailing 3-0 at that point in time, you know, that could have been the difference maker to help spark something. But I've been trying to avoid the pun. The potential is there for this team to come together, do some damage, and win this second game that we have for you all tonight. It's just a matter of whether or not they can find that chemistry, and perhaps maybe it comes down to the ability to get Augie and Gren a little bit more involved, because I don't think Tony necessarily had a bad game between the pipes. I think, you know, you need to look more at the 5 skaters on the ice.
Definitely. Yeah, you make a really solid point there, especially when it came to Blur. Yeah, the face-off percentage-wise, it's not bad. It's salvageable, but yeah, the way he lost those face-offs and where he lost them, you know, jumping on offensive one, it kind of shows you, a bit of the nerve effect or maybe hidden potential. You can be, too amped up for a game as well. And, maybe looking for that revenge, kind of bit of nerves getting in the way there, jumping on those face-offs, trying to do a bit too much in the offensive zone. They have something to prove. And, we definitely kind of saw them playing like that, but maybe now the second game, they'll kind of settle down a bit, start playing their game. And, as I said, maybe simplify it a bit and, try to throw some things at Entourage that they're not quite ready for.
Overall, despite the 3-0 scoreline, felt as though that first game lived up to the potential. I mean, again, hate to keep throwing that word out there, but, it's there for a reason. It lived up to the hype. These are two top teams. These are two teams that, again, when you talk about the NACL this season, it's a 15-team league. 8 teams make the playoffs. If you were to tell me these two teams are going to be at the top of the standings and the favorites heading into the postseason, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. And perhaps, more of an underrated story is that Gren is a new addition to the team, although I didn't feel as though he looked out of place. But ultimately, are they going to be able to battle back into this? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it sucks because, you want to be as unbiased as you can, but you also want to call a spade a spade. That Entourage performance was spectacular, and the way they controlled that game. It wasn't that they weren't perfect. They gave up some chances. Again, we talked about it the discipline for Entourage can be a bit of a problem at times, and it was there, but they were able to survive it. The penalty kill was absolutely spectacular. It's going to be a tough road back. Sin?
Definitely.
Hot seat time.
Yeah.
Do Hidden Potential pull this off? You said you thought Entourage would take both games before the start of game 1. And, you know, in terms of whether or not that was a fair judgment or not, you were ultimately correct. I imagine with that Entourage performance, you're feeling pretty inspired and pretty confident in that prediction.
Yeah. I think if Hidden Potential plays the same way they played in game 1 and Entourage even cleans up some of those penalties, I think there's no doubt that they're able to take this game too. Hidden Potential, like I said, they're going to have to kind of dig deep and find something else to throw at Entourage, but it looks like we're about ready to get in, so I'm excited. Let's see what happens.
I'm not holding my breath. You never know if there might be another disconnect. So let's just cross our fingers and hope and pray that we're good to go and ready to go for the second game. And ultimately, it looks like we are. Game 2 between Entourage and Hidden Potential, the second of 2 games that we have for you here tonight, the beginning of this NACL season. Let's see how this goes down. The champions of Cap Gaming on home ice. Right now, again, looking to continue to prove that dominance over Hidden Potential. And again, Sim, we start off with a nice early offside, the most exciting play in hockey.
Oh yeah, definitely. And more to the point of what Entourage was really capable and able to do there in that game 1 was dictate the pace. So not only do Hidden Potential need more chances to change things up, but they got to find a way to limit the speed.
One-time option there from Regs does not go through. Still in possession, another one attempted. Augie, his virtual player, will be feeling that one in the morning. Great positioning, though, to block that shot. Hidden Potential, you would imagine, desperate to find the first goal of this game. Fisher not able to hold on to that one. A great bit of blue line protection there from Hidden Potential as they send it back around. But again, J Claus is there, able to make the better of it, the most of it. Another quick offside. So a little bit of miscommunication in the early stages of this game. Not something you often expect to see, but not overly surprising with teams perhaps making those second game adjustments.
Yeah, and definitely, it always seems like these games kind of start off a bit slow, and then the pace really starts to pick up as the game wears on.
Opportunity now down low. Shocks able to find CT. He sends it back to the point. Slap shot attempt from Gren doesn't go through. Dangerous opportunity. Hendry not able to come up with it. Hidden Potential recover possession. Shocks fought on by J Claus. Opportunity here on the near post. Shekels there. Puck kicked out over to Hendry. Again with that crazy amount of speed. Fisher not able to hold on to it. Opportunity now here again as Gren gets decked. Recovered though by CT. Wrist shot on and a big blocker save from Shekel. Now again, J Claus able to find the pass. Good bit of movement again between Hendry and Fisher. No surprise there. But not able to find the back of the net on that attempt. Good bit of work from Hidden Potential thus far to help defend the front of their goal. Opportunity and another big kick save from Shekel. Chance there for Blur. Good bit of passing, for lack of a better term, Sin, from Hidden Potential thus far. Perhaps looking a little bit more confident, like you said, maybe a little bit too hyped up for that first game. See, they're working the cycle here. Shot on, no deflection, at least not one on goal off the slap shot from Augie. We've seen defensemen, though, Sin, for both teams try those slap shots from the point. Not getting through, though. But the bid for deflections and redirects certainly seems to be a common strategy.
And with how hard Entourage has been collapsing, I'd really like to see Hidden Potential take advantage of that even more. They're not going to be able to block every shot or recover every loose puck.
Chance here for Hendry. The big one-timer blocked again in front by Augie. Great job thus far. Regs gets the shot through, but ultimately recovered by Big Tony. Able to somehow find that. The quick shot from Regs, as there's going to be an injury. Augie, a little bit roughed up from blocking the shots. Of course, we don't know how long that's going to last, but the speed, or lack thereof, could be a factor for the left side defenseman. For Hidden Potential. Chance here, and again, the miscommunication between Gren and Blur. Gren, of course, on that right-hand side for Hidden Potential. A new addition to this team. You gotta wonder whether or not, you know, high quality and high caliber players often know what the other's looking for, but there can still be that lack of chemistry on occasion. That'll be a big story this season, just in general, not only for Hidden Potential, in terms of how well Gren's able to fit in with the team. He has trouble there. Hendry is away. Fisher with them. Hendry to Fisher, and it goes wide. Augie did well, and Tony will cover Sin that quickly. The counterattack for Entourage.
Yeah, and that's just how the speed of Entourage wingers. Once again, we're talking about that, but it keeps popping up, and they keep finding these little tiny windows where they could take advantage of their opponent's defense and get around them and get some good opportunities. Shot wide right there, but a few more of those, and they'll have one in the back of the net in no time.
Big Claw's not able to get that one through, but the counterattacking pass won't go. About 2.5 minutes remaining. The big slap opportunity, looking for the Pedersen play, doesn't go through. Hidden Potential still in possession, but Regs playing the body. Excellently done. Hendry controlling the puck. Again, tries to find Fisher. It doesn't go through, but he's able to recover on the half wall. Down again for Hendry. Opportunity with Regs on the pinch, but the quick passes does not go through. Final minute of play and an opportunity for Hidden Potential to perhaps get a late goal here that might be able to change the tempo and the pace. Shocks back to the point. D-to-D passes, and Shekel with the big-time save, robbing Augie in the closing moments here, but still plenty of time. 3.5 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed, can Blur get the win he needs? He oh so desperately needs the tie-up. Shocks tries to dish it back to Gren. Ultimately, it doesn't go. And we get through the first period. Now, Sin, similar to the first period, with the exception of Entourage not finding 3 quick goals, they only had 1 registered shot. Great job by Hidden Potential in terms of blocking shots in that period.
Yeah, definitely. And it's it was really cool to see Hidden Potential start to put a few more shots on net, and especially on the point, kind of using that a bit more. You know, we saw the one-time opportunity there at the end, looking for the deflection, and you know, the rebound wasn't quite there. But I like the idea. They need to keep doing that here, and it looks like we might have had a drop.
We indeed have.
So we'll have to carry that over.
A disconnect, unfortunately. So we will get back to the action as soon as we possibly can. You never know, of course, what will happen in terms of, you know, maybe some server issues from time to time. It's always tough to say. But Sin, a very entertaining first period, more of a defensive battle. Again, Entourage not able to find the back of the net on that one. These two teams talked about it. As I mentioned, I asked them, you know, before the game, you know, how does this compare? You know, how does this compare when it comes to, you know, the last time they played, which was a month ago, of course, in Washington, with Entourage winning that series. But just the differences between LAN and having to rely on, you know, the online connection, you know, what factors ping going to play, and of course disconnects like this can happen as well. Not overly surprised to see it, of course, when we tried to go into that game the first time, there was the instant drop. So, you know, these two teams knowing that it can be, you know, knowing that ping can be a factor, I don't expect them to be rattled by this or to really have it play that much of a factor. Maybe a little bit of frustration in that, okay, you know, Hidden Potential, strong start to that game. A little bit of extra time now, though, for Entourage to regroup.
Definitely. And, you know, I think both teams looked good. I think Entourage still looked dangerous while maybe not, you know, registering all the shots there. They had the chances. They shot wide a couple times, you know, especially on that 2-on-1. They're obviously still very dangerous. They're defending pretty well, too. And, well, Hidden Potential's definitely still got their work cut out for them. And while I do like the adjustments they made, you know, I'm still not seeing the high danger coming from them to really be able to, you know, solve Shekel and Entourage's defense. You know, they definitely got a few more shots. They had more time on attack, but it didn't feels super dangerous, like, you know, Entourage looks on a lot of their chances when they get those odd mans. Hidden Potential, they haven't really gotten too many odd mans yet, and their entries, some miscommunications there, and you know, I think it's still up for grabs, obviously, 0-0, but you're gonna have to still put a lot on.
I think it speaks volumes, though, if you know, it speaks volumes to the defensive caliber that Entourage present in this game, ultimately. And again, look at this team. We talked about it a lot, with Deji being that, you know, that late replacement for New York Rangers 95, of course. And then it's the key here, though, it's regs. And again, you always talk about it when you do have players of that caliber. He's won tournaments, of course. If I'm not mistaken, last year he won the Caps single player tournament. I believe he also won Minnesota's as well. I believe I'm incorrect on that. He won 2. I can't remember because, you know, we're trying to work out when this game's going to be back going for you. And the good thing is, we are just about ready to go, so a pretty quick turnaround here. But when you talk about regs, you know, and what he's able to bring, you know, you often think like, oh, okay. You know, some people might think like, oh, okay, top single player, probably, you know, just ridiculously dominant offensively. Obviously, it can be the defense too. And, you know, regs has been tested a lot thus far in terms of the rush. We've seen from Hidden Potential that Shocks likes to lead the rush, you know, down that right-hand side, at least from our camera view. And so far, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. But we'll see what happens here. Sin, I believe you have a word on how this is going to go down.
Yeah, it looks, if I'm understanding this correctly in the chat here, or Discord chat, it will, I think we're going to be starting the second period, but it'll look like the first period. I think they're starting right off the face-off, not letting clock run down or anything. There wasn't too much that happened there, so stats-wise should be okay. So this first period will actually be the second period in the 0-0 tie, and the second period will be the third period. If we see them just standing around off the face-off, then obviously I misunderstood, and they're not just, you know, controllers disconnected and things like that. So
we shall see. We shall see how this goes, and of course, pretty straightforward as far as how this is going to go down. We are ready to continue onward with this game, and this should be the second period of play still. A scoreless game. It is game on. The opportunity again, Entourage taking that first game by the score of 3-0. And a promising chance here now for Hidden Potential to get the win that they so desperately desire. As Reg sends it back down low to Hendry, we see the cycle work from Entourage. Chance for J-Claws! And a huge save early on from Big Tony.
Yeah, what just a quick 1-2 punch there to find Claus in the middle of the slot there. And he's been really good at finding those little tiny bubbles where he can find some space and put a shot on net. And Entourage's passing really able to enable him to do so.
Opportunity goes to waste here. Augie not able to find the breakout pass. This will go down for Ricing. And a big opportunity here again. We talked about it a lot with Arctic Blur, the center for Hidden Potential. Not getting dominated on draws by any means, but the important draws, maybe going to J-Claws just a little bit more frequently, as does this one. Huge chance! J-Claws not able to get the shot off. Gren was there. The puck will go all the way back down to the neutral zone. Entourage will look to regroup here. Regs looking to lead the breakout. Able to find Fisher, now back again. The patience from Regs, the one-timer from Hendry. And another big save from Big Tony. Being tested early on here, Sin. We talked about it. Entourage, that little bit of extra time to regroup. And it seems to have been very beneficial for them. Only one shot in the first period. But they are bouncing back in a big-time way here. Hendry, the move. Opportunity. J-Claws gets the shot on, but Tony able to make the save. This will not go down for Ricing as Regs regathers it. And another chance on the rush. Hidden Potential on the back foot. Hendry looking. Deji over to J-Claws. Back for Hendry. Great block from Gren. Gets a stick on it. And right now, the forechecking pressure from Entourage being turned up a notch. They're going in for the kill right now. Not happy, I'm sure, with the way that original first period played out. Again, after a restart, this is being considered the second period of play. It is a scoreless game, thankfully, so no complications with the scoreline.
Yeah, and another thing I want to point out is how good Entourage is at locating and picking up those loose pucks. I mean, they're getting to them so quickly, and Hidden Potential, I just think that comes down to, the speed and the awareness that Entourage had. Hidden Potential not able to really get those second, third opportunities or the defensive clears because of it.
More zone time here. Beige for Hendry. Shot on. Looked for the deflection. Tony does well to hold the post. Hidden Potential find their offensive touch again as they started to establish before the restart was necessary. Jake Laws can't get the pass. Augie's there. Leads it into the zone. CT down low around the back. Finds his center. The opportunity. The one-timer off the pad, off the post, but not in. Another opportunity on the doorstep. Shocks just can't hit the near post, or the far post, excuse me. But right now, Hidden Potential stepping it up, getting the offense that they need. Gren at the point. Dishes it back down low for CT. Bit of a miscommunication as Augie does a great job there to cut out the stretch pass, but Fisher's still all over him. So Augie makes the smart play to maintain possession. 5 minutes to go here in the second period of play. Still a scoreless game. Chance here again. Blur now to Gren. Not able to get the pass through, and a chance here on the rush. Fisher making the play. Quick passing, and Entourage scoring the most Entourage goal I can think of from what I've seen of them over the past few years. What a goal. The quick passing. Fisher to Hendry to J. Claus. Entourage lead 1-0. Sin, the speed of the passing. As we have an opportunity on the rebound. They've done it again, Sin. A misery compiler, as it's known. 2 quick goals in just a matter of seconds. It's backbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
What do you do if you're Hidden Potential? That's now the second time that's happened where you give up the first goal and then bam, they hit you again with the punch you never saw coming.
They got to try to stay level in their heads, because if they get aggro,
big chance. Sin, we're barely getting an opportunity to speak and provide a little bit of the background, the minutia of the game, because at any possible moment, Entourage threatening to score. Hidden Potential did so well in that first period of shutting down these chances and getting the blocks, but Entourage have been able to get back to that speed game. Augie's shot doesn't get through there. Final 10 seconds. Jake Laws tries to get it up to Hendry. It doesn't go, and it'll be offside with 5.5 remaining. Again, in the second period after a restart, the 2 quick goals from Entourage. The quick passing display and the rebound opportunity that was buried. Can we see a win from Blur? We do. Hidden Potential have time. It's another offside with 3.4 left. Sin, we're going to assume this period of play is over. If you're Hidden Potential, you lose game 1 3-0 to the team that beat you in the Caps Gaming final for 6s. You have the opportunity here. And ultimately, after a strong first period, worst case scenario happens in the second. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's domination from Entourage.
Tale of 2 halves. Yeah, a tale of 2 halves. I mean, Hidden Potential just seems like they just could not get anything going there, and Entourage just took over completely. Their rush game was strong. They started forechecking much stronger, and Hidden Potential just seems to, kind of be reeling from that and being on the ropes a bit. And it's as tough a situation as you gotta keep your mentals in check. Take care of your mentals, take care of your chicken, and Hidden Potential not quite able to do that right now. It just feels like they get a bit tilted when they get scored on. Then another quick one, you get even more tilted, and all of a sudden Entourage is flying and walking all over you.
Remember, kids at home, as you're watching some of the best of the best, you want to be one of the best, be like Entourage. Protect your chicken.
Protect your chicken.
Opportunity there for Hidden Potential goes to a waste. This will go down for icing. Fisher made it interesting. Big chance here, though. You're only down by 2. If Blur can win this draw for Hidden Potential, quick goal, you're right back in it. But so far, Entourage's defensive presence has been overwhelming. They come up with the puck here. Reg's quick pass to get it out. Opportunity here now again. Hendry able to bide time. Regs able to get it down for J-Claws, but it doesn't go. And an opportunity now perhaps here on the rush. Excellently defended by Deji. Opportunity though. Augie denied by the right pad. Chance there! And we have ourselves a game. A bit of an offensive flurry. Recovered in the corner, sent back in front. Hidden Potential are on the board for the first time this evening. It is the goal that they so desperately needed. Shocks with the goal. It sees Hidden Potential right back into it. And see, it can happen that quickly for them. It's just, can they find those chances consistently?
Yeah, and it's been hard to come by so far in this 2-game set. But right there, that was a good, quick kind of bang-bang play. You know, puck down low, goes behind the net, make the pass go to the front of the net. And it took, you know, Entourage a bit unaware right there. That was less about their cycle and more about finding a shot.
Hendry off the post on the near side. Opportunity, not able to get rid of it, though. Fisher can't get the pass over. Cut out well by Blur. The opportunity now again. Shocks over to CT. Tries to walk his way through. Still dangerous. Shekel able to come up with the cover. Under 6 minutes into what is the third period. Again, there was a restart after a scoreless first period due to a disconnect. The scoreline is still the same, though. 2-1 in favor of Entourage. They took game 1 by the score of 3-0. The opening home-and-home series of this NACL season. We thank you for joining us. The opportunity here again. Hidden Potential back in the game. Chance here. CT over for Augie. He can't buy the goal. What an opportunity, though. Chance now again for Shock. CT down low. Gets back to his winger partner. The opportunity, though. Regs. Excellent defense. Coming up with the puck in an odd man situation. J-Claws tries to find Hendry. Tony able to seal off that post. Hendry the wraparound! Tony gets caught. Entourage back up by 2. Hendry's game is all about speed, and he showcases some of the speed there. A brutal turn of events for Hidden Potential. They're back down by 2.
Yeah, and he had everyone fooled. I was fully expecting him to make that pass over to Claus to get their cycle going, but he says, nope, Chuck Testa, wrap around, and buries it up by 2 again. It's kind of heartbreaking there for Hidden Potential. Just a half period left, and they started to look so good. They were starting to put more pressure on, starting to put more shots and test Shekel. They had a couple, you know, nerve-wracking loose pucks in front of Shekel that he was able to cover up, but those are the type of bounces that can lead to goals. And now Hidden Potential right back to square one with just 10 minutes left.
Opportunity for J-Claws. Hendry has it, and it's gonna stand. Thought there might be some goalie interference there. Big Tony might have been hit by his own teammate. Hendry finds the back of the net, and Sin, it's all falling apart for Hidden Potential. It's 4-1, Leafs fans' favorite scoreline.
it just shows the quick strike ability of this team, and they don't really seem to let everything bother them once
again. Hendry on the rush goes for the drag. Not able to get it. A little bit of disrespect shown there. Going for that. A little bit of showboating, but perhaps nothing tops the slide to center ice in terms of showboating. Hendry's certainly feeling good at this point. 7.5 minutes remaining here. Big poke check there from Blur, but not able to gain possession. And the opportunity again. J-Claws has it. Tries to sauce it in front. Still battling for it. Can he come up with it? Gren able to survive that onslaught. In fairness, actually, that was Blur. Now Gren there gets that past the Shocks. Chance for CT. The big spin. Still loose in front. CT recovers again. Sent back to the point. Gren's there. Battled on by Hendry, who comes up with a quick outlet pass to Fisher, but defended well by Augie. Under 5 minutes remaining here again. This is the third period. 4-1 Entourage. Your scoreline, the opening series of this NACL season. And Entourage right now, perhaps the favorites, and rightfully so. I don't think it's controversial to call them the favorites. Again,
no, definitely not. Not after their recent performances. Yeah.
After last month's win in the Caps Gaming Tournament, and then you start off this season with a performance like this against the team that you beat in that tournament, as this one goes down for icing. What a spectacular way to start for Entourage. 2:19 left. The game might be lost for Hidden Potential, but there's still pride on the line. You know, they're still going to want to find the back of the net here at least once more, just to have that building block heading into their next series. Chance here for Augie, loses it off the back pressure. Still, though, an opportunity as they fight for it. Augie finds Shocks back in front. The extra pass is just not paying off. This one will go down for icing, however.
It's just a bit too much. I think they're passing one extra time, one even two extra times, and they need to just throw the puck on the net. Yeah, Shekel's been great. Positionally, he's been great, but this is NHL 20. Sometimes things will just go in, and they got to keep doing that, throwing the puck on
Augie. Net. Shekel all over it. Perfect positioning. No rebounds. Great job there from Entourage's goaltender. Another strong performance. 24 seconds away from allowing just one goal over the course of 2 games. Again, against a very, very tough team in Hidden Potential. It is almost as perfect of a start as you can have for Entourage. They take both games in this series. Again, the home and home to begin this NACL season. Sin, what a start ultimately for Entourage. Again, near perfect, almost as perfect as it can be. Many different ways to describe it, I suppose, but all in all, very impressive. That's the word of the day.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just you can see why they're champs. You know, they work as one. They never seem to get tilted. Their game never really changed in the sense that not adjustments, but they never really fell off of what they know works, right? They know they forecheck well. They know they use their speed. They understand their strengths, and they're able to really throw that against Hidden Potential and use it. And Hidden Potential just seemed to really struggle to kind of get their own game going. I felt like for the majority, they were playing Entourage's game. You know, okay, yeah, try to force that puck to the middle. Try to get those high-quality opportunities. We're there defensively, and Shekel's there in the crease. And then loose puck, Entourage, with their speed, usually the first to get to it. They're able to take the puck back the other way and play their game once again. So I just felt like they were really able to dictate the pace throughout both of these games.
Absolutely. Again, a quick look at the teams and what we just saw. The easiest way to talk about them. Let's take a look, of course, at Hidden Potential. You know, a very disappointing result for them to, have that hope and optimism coming into the series, the opportunity to get a little bit of a revenge again for the Caps Gaming final. Ultimately, it doesn't come together for them. But, again, you talk about a team that, you made it to the final of the Caps Gaming tournament. This team is legit. The ability is there, the talent is there, and I believe we will continue to see that on display. But Entourage just playing on another level right now. And again, you talk about the building blocks. We really started to see it, especially through the first period of Game 2. I just think it was an unfortunate turn of events where that restart really benefited Entourage and allowed them to regroup, because there were promising moments there. Augie and Gren, that bit of chemistry that they had and were, showing despite being relatively new teammates. Again, you hate to use the P word. The potential is there for Hidden Potential as we move throughout the season.
Yeah, and there's just a few cases where you could really tell that it was a bit of an adjustment there for Gren. I hate to call out an individual when the team really seemed to struggle there, but there's a couple moments where him and Blur didn't seem to be on the same page, or where he kind of maybe went into his 1v1 mentality and tried to maybe do a bit too much with it, trying to create an opportunity. But again, those are just minor things we can look at and kind of dissect for hours on end, and we're not there in the comms with them. We don't know what's quite going on. It could just be a bad day as well, but yeah, chemistry wise, it didn't quite seem to be there for Hidden Potential, or Entourage is currently just God mode.
That whew, there are occasions before we talk about Entourage. God damn. You didn't have to do them that dirty in the chat, did you?
Oh my goodness.
Holy hell.
F to pay respects.
There are occasions. Yeah, can we get an F in chat for that? Good God, there are occasions where something is said in chat that you just can't ignore. Whew. Sin, let's get back to it. Let's talk about Entourage here, shall we? Again, an incredibly strong performance overall. Favorites for a reason. The chemistry of the front three was on point, to say the least. I was a little bit worried for them, defensively, when it comes to, again, Deji stepping into this lineup next to Regs on late notice. But both teams were interviewed about how do you feel, because roster size in this league is a little bit bigger than perhaps it normally is. But, that versatility, while it can affect chemistry, both teams were confident in the versatility that the bigger rosters allow. And especially Entourage, absolutely nothing but maximum confidence in everybody that they have on this roster. And you look at the performance of Deji, again, that defensive pairing, the overall defensive play in general from the team is on point, but Deji and Regs had a phenomenal game against Shekel. It wasn't that every opportunity he had was an easy save. He had to make some big stops, and he did. Again, will he be the top goaltender in this league? He could very well be. But just overall, what a ridiculous performance from this team. Very impressive.
Yeah, and it's hard to pick a favorite. They play so well as a unit, and that's what Sixes is all about. How well do you play as a team? And we saw a bunch of very good individual players coming together as a team in flying colors. I mean, like you mentioned, the front three, it's easy to talk about those wings because they are the ones making these huge flashy plays. But J-Claws winning those important face-offs, getting important goals when they needed them, finding that little bit of space, and that really to me is what makes a good center. Solid defensively, finding some of that space to get open as your wingers kind of create the offense. You're kind of there to benefit from it and have yourself in a good position to help out back on defense. And they just played as a unit just so incredibly well, and absolute hounds on the loose pucks. And I think that's what really, enabled them to kind of control the game so well, is that every time there was a loose puck, they had two, sometimes even three guys pushing for it, two guys dropping back at all times. And it was a sight to behold, definitely.
An overwhelming amount of pressure, smothering the puck at all times. It's going to be very tough for any team in this league to deal with players of that caliber, chemistry of that caliber. Sin, I think we're about ready to wrap things up here. All in all, I know for the two of us, maybe not picture perfect, at least on our side of things. But hey, there's no preseason, as these two teams both know. We jump right into it. But we do thank you all for joining us very, very much. It is an honor, of course, for Sin and I to be a part of this. Again, the goal for this league is just to help advance the esports side of things. It's not about competition between leagues. It's not about egos, at least for Sin and I know that much. It's about providing it another platform and trying to help further push Sixes esports, because as this game proved, as a lot of games have proved, whether it be on the North American side, on the ECL side with NHLGamer.com, of course, the ESHL, Sixes gaming's where it's at, in our humble opinion. And again, we thank you very much for helping us out here, even just by tuning in. We are very, very appreciative. Again, all the information on the NACL you can find on our socials, which you can find underneath the stream, of course, and NHLGamer.com. For more information, you can find Sin on Twitter at SinFTWProd. You can also find my boy on YouTube as well. You can find myself right here on Twitch at Tugi24, on Twitter and YouTube as well, all of the socials. Thank you guys very much for joining us. Sin, any parting words to the fine folks?
Well, I'm just happy that esports is back and excited to see how NA will stack up against Europe. I think we can get a nice little regional rivalry going on and eventually have to have a big LAN and see who is the top dog of the world. But for now, thank you guys all for stopping in. Sixes Esports, where it's at. Come back next time, and no more technical difficulties.
No more technical difficulties. You know who? Yeah, you. You know who I'm talking to. It's your fault. It's all your fault. We love you guys. Thank you very much. And we will see you next time. Goodbye. All right.